Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome. It's week 2 in the NFL, and this is fantasy football
Oh,
harsh reality. Okay, we got a lot. Now, we're recording this on Friday, which means we already have a Thursday game, which means we already have some headlines to jump right into. And there's so many coming out of this game, but I think for me, the biggest has got to be the loss of Austin Eckler for the season. He done.
yeah.
You're
Yep.
out of there.
He done. He
He did,
gone.
yeah. He ripped that Achilles in a non-contact injury, which you do the second you see that, you're like, that, yeah. I saw it and I'm like, oh yeah, you're gone. And that's the Achilles. And he looked like it too. You look like you could tell you're already losing your light.
Yeah, I don't know what
Um,
happened. There we
Good
go.
word. There
Sorry.
it is. He's back. High
I
end
don't know what
production
happened.
here. But now here's the. It's so funny, and I hate to be a is Schadenfreude. Is that right? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what
Uh,
you're going to say.
when you take pleasure in someone else's pain, because
Yes.
here's the thing: as someone who has many shares
There's Bill
of Bill
Crockett.
Krosky merit, Bill Krosky. It was very disappointing to see his usage just fall through the floor, and they did the thing, and I hope Pittsburgh's paying attention because they
Hmm.
did the thing where they tried to turn the third down back into a three down back, and look what happened. Okay,
Yeah.
and they're trying to do that with Jalen Warren. They tried to do that with Eckler, and it didn't even last one game. So
Hmm.
while yesterday it was heartbreaking because I started him, I think, on three, and he turned in 1.7 points. It was just a disaster on every level. Then we lose Eckler for the year, and now it looks like now Krosky is in line to truly take over that backfield.
I agree. I think you're going to see that Chris Rodriguez,
Mhm.
kid, I think you're going to see a big elevation for him as well. And I think that honestly, I would be a little nervous about that guy. I watched him in preseason. I know that he was a healthy scratch and it should make you feel pretty good, but he has some juice and he
He
could,
does. He does.
with given this extra opportunity, he could threaten him. But he's out there on all wires too. So if you're a little nervous, you know, having the Washington running back field, I think ultimately is going to be successful for you. It'll be a good pickup. So I might look at getting him too. But and then the other big loss for the year, it looks like, is Jaden Reed. This is a
Yeah.
guy. This is a guy who Jaden Reed. This is what he does. He caught an incredible pass. It was amazing. It was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of his teammates decided to clothesline a dude and tried to choke him out. And the whole thing was called off on a penalty. But I mean, one play and broken collarbone. I
Yeah.
mean, it's crazy.
And
This
you second that
guy,
you saw it the way he was holding it right here, the second it
yeah,
happened, you're like collarbone, broken
he
collarbone. I
gone.
know exactly what that
Yep.
is. And he was already playing injured. And
Yep.
then that happens. He's you're out of there. Sorry,
Mm.
I hate to say it, but you're right. He's gone too. But for those, again, I hate to be a Schadenfreude here, but for those of you that invested in Matthew Golden, well, this definitely opens up more opportunity to finally
Huge
start
boost.
getting involved.
I believe that's a huge boost for him. We also saw what happened with Tucker Kraft. That was kind of amazing. I feel like, all of us were out there last week trying to get Johnson or Fanning, or we weren't looking at Kraft. I don't
I
know
felt
why
like
we
Kraft
weren't.
was rostered, but he was more of a backup option for
Maybe
anybody
that's
that did
why.
roster him. But
Mm.
now he's clearly worked his way into the
It was
must
incredible.
start
Oh yeah,
conversation going forward.
he was an incredible. That was a big takeaway for me. And of course, the Micah Parsons effect equals thank you, Jerry chance
Oh my
at the end of the
God.
game.
That was tough. That
It was really
was
hard.
tough.
And if you watched him after the game talking, like they had to sit down with him, boy, he just seemed so cool and happy and fun. And like he just, like, I don't know why, he just seems so much happier as a person.
No drama. There's no
I
drama.
just,
There's no owner overlord trying to make it all about him every single day. They don't even have a single owner. The city, the town owns the team.
Right,
So you're
right.
literally just part of a community, this small town that
Yep.
owns a football team and
Yeah.
you and loves the team and treats them like kings everywhere they go. And
Yeah.
so it's different. I mean, it could not be more night and day, the culture in Green Bay versus the culture in Dallas. Dallas has the
100% correct.
cheerleader show. Dallas has the mystique, and they're the America's team, and they're the most hated but the most
Right.
loved. They're all, and then
Polarizing. Yeah.
but at the end of the day, they
And the
have
only team whose owner is the GM.
right that thing. But at the end of the day, they also are the only team with Jerry Jones, who kind
Yep.
of ruins it every day,
Funny.
both
It's
for the
not kind
team
of.
and
Yeah.
the fans.
Yep. But he's still, but he keeps getting richer and richer. I don't get it. I don't know. We're all suckers.
He said the quiet part out loud already this year, which is it doesn't matter. Stir the pot. So long as they're talking about the Cowboys, he'll be rich.
True that.
So
Well, I think that now with Micah, honestly, at this point, I don't see anybody. They just destroyed Washington and Detroit and destroyed them. So,
destroyed them.
I mean, I think that I can't see a different NFC team going. I don't see the Eagles. I think they'll beat the crap out of the Eagles too if they keep like. I think they'll go to the Super Bowl if they keep playing like this on offense and defense. Jordan Love looks great. Everybody, the play calling is fantastic. Josh Jacobs, they didn't even really need him that much, but he's a beast. Like they've got everything in
And gets
place
in the end zone every
every
single
game.
game.
Every game. What is
10
it?
in a
Nine
row
in a
now.
row?
10 in a row
10?
now. Last
That's
night made
crazy.
10.
It is absolutely insane.
Is the Green Bay defense the elite defense of the year?
I mean, so far, I don't think that there's anybody even close.
I mean, you
I
have
mean,
Denver out there.
yeah, but what I'm saying is right now, Green Bay has faced the Detroit Lions were the highest scoring offense
Yeah.
last year. And Washington beat them to get to the championship game,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Beat the Lions. So if you could beat both of those teams and make them look, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
It was
No,
never
they
close.
dominated. I mean, Daniels came up with a few things at the end in the fourth quarter to kind of make it a game. But watching all four quarters, it wasn't close. It was a dominant
No.
game on the part of the Packers.
Yeah.
And it's a dominant game on the part of that defense. That defense is providing the opportunities to let that offense kind of relax and play their game. I mean, it's as simple as that.
100%.
And it's
You
beautiful
can
to watch.
see it. You can see it in Love's confidence and his he's just seems like a different. Now, granted, he was also hurt instantly in Brazil, so maybe he never truly recovered, and we just never truly saw him at his best.
And
But
in our unpublished
better.
quarterbacks episode, I did talk about that. Like we didn't
Yep.
see his full potential because of that groin injury that he struggled with all season long last year, and that this
Yep.
would be that season that we thought we were going to have last year. And now with this defense, we're absolutely seeing it. It's pretty
Yeah.
exciting to watch.
A couple other big takeaways would be Debo Samuel. Samuel out targeting and outshining McLaurin. Now I know you've mentioned it previously that McLaurin's going to get slow back because he missed all of the camp and he's going to get off to a slow
He's
start.
got to get into game shape. I mean, if he doesn't get injured, which luckily he hasn't, I would take the win as him not getting injured.
Right.
Because guys that miss all of training camp tend to come out and get injured. It happens all the time because they just don't have the reps and they're forced into full speed play. So him not getting injured, I think is a big win because he will eventually, week 4, I think is the week that we can really count. Third time's the charm. Maybe week 3, we begin to really see the McLaurin production happen. But
I sure hope you're right.
But with the Debo thing, they're using him the way we thought, the way if you drafted him, you hoped that they would draft him, and that they are using him to run. They're giving him the jet sweeps. They're doing everything San Francisco, for some reason, stopped doing with him, which was very odd. Like, it was amazing, worked like a charm, and then they had their contract dispute, and then they're like, we'll get to you. We'll throw it to you whenever.
He also got injured quite a bit, over there.
That's true. He did see quite a bit.
They were like, look, this guy's a liability. He's a loudmouth. The way he plays, he's going to get injured again, let's just get as much as we can while we can. And I don't know what they turned it into. I guess if Pearsall was part of that or not, but if it was, I'd say they did a pretty good job unloading. But I mean, look at Debo's, like he was your wide receiver three or maybe even a bench. Like when you drafted him, his production so far, you got to be really excited and happy. I mean, that was a late round pick that totally hit and that you can feel real good about.
Oh, absolutely. And unfortunately, the one time I really had a shot at him, I went with Pickens. Now, over the course of this season, that may
Oh, for
prove out
sure.
to be a prudent choice. But right now, where I'm sitting, I'm
Doesn't
twisting
feel
the
so good.
paper. Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I tell you what, I would make that choice today. I would still go Pickens over Debo today if like I had that
For the
option.
season.
Yes,
Right.
rest of season. I I mean that one we have a one game sample, you
Yeah.
know,
But
and
that
we
one
played.
game, the tape don't look good.
It wasn't a
The tape
great.
don't
It
look
was
good. He's been getting
so
pretty roasted
so
on
right.
some
His
of the
sample size.
shows for his lack of motivation on plays that aren't called directly to him. It's
That
like it, I mean,
sounds.
he telegraphs it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna half speed it. I'm gonna stand around. And unfortunately, when you get somebody like that that's released by an organization like the Steelers, it's like dating in LA. I mean, she's so hot. How is she still single? And then it's like it's
Then you get to know her, and
then you
you're
get
like,
to
oh,
know her
I
like, oh, okay, this is haunted.
she's terrible.
she's
Yeah,
a horrible
she's
she's a
terrible.
horrible
She's a terrible
person. She's
person.
a complete
Yeah.
and utter psycho.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like a nice house that's still on the market, and everybody's like, why is it still available? Oh, 9 people died here, and there are cracks in the foundation.
well,
Like, okay, I can see now why this is still available. That's Pickens. 9 people
yeah,
died here, and the guy's
yeah,
a little cuckoo now,
yeah.
and maybe it's the talent's there, the discipline seems to be
Well,
not there.
you've been saying how much you believe in Shoddy. This is a big challenge for him.
And
If
I
he
do
can,
believe in Shoddy.
and if you do, then this is something that he needs to handle now.
Well, and what I can say is when I'm watching them break down this tape on some of these shows, I'm thinking to myself, if they're breaking it down, Shoddy's breaking it down. Shoddy's
Right.
showing that in front of him, and not just in the white, in front of the whole team. Go, what is
Sure.
this? What are you doing? And let me tell
Yeah.
you something, Shoddy will bench him. If he doesn't do it, Shoddy will bench. If he doesn't pick it up, he'll get benched. I think Shoddy's fearless that way.
Wow. Well, I mean, we didn't get. I was impressed with what we saw week one as far as us versus them. Nobody gave us a chance versus Philadelphia that first
Oh,
week out there. It feels like
absolutely.
that
I
was a
think
million years ago already, doesn't it? That
it
first
really
game.
does. And it
Crazy.
just, but I do feel most Cowboys fans, and I was already hopeful because I believe in Schottenheimer. I really
Yeah.
do. I think but when he talked about marrying the run game to the pass game, and then you have that kind of effort out of Pickens, that's exactly contradictory to his philosophy of what he needs from his team. And if he's not going
Yeah.
to be married to the run game because it's not a pass play, well, guess what? See, we'll trade you too.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out. I still believe in Pickens. I think it's just it sucks.
The
It's a
talent
it's a,
is
it's a
there. The
yes.
talent is there.
And
He's just
to me, there's nobody in the league that can catch a contested pass better than he can.
he just needs
Contested.
he just needs to show some discipline on plays that aren't drawn up for the pass.
Yep. And another big thing that we've got to mention is Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah, Zach Ertz.
I mean,
This guy's a
we gotta
Terminator.
say
He
something.
will not die.
He
He
won't. He's like
cannot, he
Witten.
cannot be killed. And when you
When
see
he
these
got into the
older
end
tight
zone,
ends that can't stay on the field, and somehow this guy's still out there kicking. Although I will say this, play him now, because he is older and he does get broken every season. But when he's good, he is still got it.
and we can see that Daniels heavily leans on him when he's in trouble, and he was in trouble a
A
lot
lot.
this game. So
Yes.
you saw who his outlet was and who he looks to, and it is Zach Ertz.
It really is. A
And it
thousand
was.
percent.
I
But
think it's
again,
important.
play him while you can, because it ain't gonna last.
Or
So
if you have tight end issues, he's still out there on most leagues too. Zach Ertz is out there. So and he's been extremely productive. I think didn't he score last week too, or no, I can't remember, but
I don't recall.
he had a good outing last week, and he had a great outing
this
He
week.
was the only one who had a great outing last night.
Yeah,
He was the only one. But yeah, so those are the big takeaways I think from yesterday,
yeah.
in my opinion.
And get well, Eckler and Jane.
Yeah,
We hope to see you back on the field. It sucks, but
yeah,
it's Bill Krosky time.
yeah. Let's
I
go.
I certainly hope so. I really want to see this guy flourish. I think he's got it. Let's just jump into our must starts.
Well, there are two bits of news. Brock Purdy ruled out
Oh
for
yeah,
this week.
yeah.
So
And
you got
listen,
Matt Jones.
and he's got turf toe, which that ruins guys' seasons.
You know what? They said it was a variant of turf toe. Did you like read this? It's a really weird thing. They're saying it's turf toe, but it's not. It's a variant. It's weird. So I'm not sure if it's better or
It's like a
worse.
light COVID. It's not
Yeah,
like death-threatening COVID. It's a light
yeah.
COVID.
It's
I don't like it. I don't like it. And it wasn't his only injury. It was the turf toe and I think the shoulder, right? He got dropped in the
yeah.
shoulder.
In
So
his non-throwing shoulder. Yeah.
yeah. So I assume he will be back, unless, of course, Mac
Well, he's
Jones
out.
comes out and delivers on the promise of Mac Jones. But I don't know. I mean, went down to
I'm not sure what
Jacksonville. I
that
didn't
means.
see it in New England. I didn't see it in Jacksonville. But we've seen this story
Last gasp.
before. You get a
Baker
guy with the
Mayfield.
right coach, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold when he was in Minnesota.
Last
Sometimes it's
legs. Yep.
the right coach can make it happen for you.
Oh,
So
Geno Smith after what
Geno
felt like
Smith. So
forever.
if
Yes.
anybody can do it, it's going to be Shanahan with Mac Jones. I'm actually very interested to see how it plays out. I'm not starting him in anything, no DFS, no
No.
lineups. I'm not picking him up on any of my redraft teams, but I'm interested to see it. I got my
I am too.
antenna
I'd like
up.
to.
I'm gonna be paying
I
close
think you're going to
attention.
see. I think you're going to see some rushing from him that a little more like on purpose.
Yeah.
Um, and I think you're going to see him take a lot of chances because he needs to make a big mark.
Right,
He's
exactly.
trying. He's all about
Exactly.
positioning.
He's got
You
to
know
make
what I'm saying?
splash.
So,
He's got to get some notice.
yes.
He's got to do the Sam Darnold thing.
And yes, exactly. And now the other big piece of news is that Brock Bowers did not practice today. Um,
And it's a
that
knee situation too, isn't it?
Hey, I think so. Yeah, I think it was a knee. I think that's right. It
I'm
was
looking at it right now. Not
was it
practicing.
a knee or was it an ankle? Like a anyway. I think you're right though. I think it
But
was
I
a
think it
knee.
was I think it was a knee, but you always have to listen, it is the knee. So,
Yeah,
but you should have your contingency plan on your roster.
by now probably
If
because
you
wasn't
leave
he?
the draft without a backup tight end, that's on you.
Well,
Okay.
leaving the draft without one is fine. You know, that's fine.
I
If
don't
you've
agree
got
with
Brock
that.
Bowers,
Nah, I
in
don't
my
agree with that.
opinion,
Because then
that's fine.
scrambling to find that guy, I've got Bowers backed up with Evan
There's a
Ingram.
million
And
people.
then
Yeah,
I
who's
even,
also hurt. Who's
who's
also hurt.
actually, he's not on the injury list anymore.
Oh, well,
So he did get dinged up last year, but he's totally no designation as of
last week.
today, you
Yeah.
know. But then I also went and got uh, Kittle's backup.
Tonjes, you did talk
Tonjes,
about it. You put your money where your mouth is. Good for you.
I went
You
and picked
got
him
him.
up because I'm like,
Now
because you
with
know what?
Jones, what do
He
you
caught a
know? Who
touchdown. He
knows?
caught a touchdown.
It just
So
sucks that it's Jones because you saw Purdy was like, oh yeah, this guy, like it seemed like something was happening. Like it
yeah,
could have really been something
it
with
could have been
Purdy.
something.
And now you don't now you got to start all over with a new guy, and we'll see how it goes. But he certainly showed that he's a big target and he's capable of catching,
Yeah.
contested balls. He's pretty talented. He looked really good. So
You know,
yeah.
it brings up the question, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we get to the starts and sits, but it brings
Yep.
up the question like, does this bode well? Does this quarterback change bode well for Juwan Jennings? We'll get to that. We'll
Okay.
get to that. I think
Okay.
we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the sits.
Okay.
But let's starts. Let's talk about our starts.
Go for it. Let's
Obviously,
do
we're
it.
going to skip the big names, but I
Right.
think right off the gate, I think Herbert has proven he is a must start.
Well, sure.
Especially against Las Vegas. I think this is a great opportunity for him. And here's the thing: people keep thinking that this pass game is going to slow down. They're right. It's Harbaugh. He loves to run the ball, and yet
Yeah.
all the evidence going back to the final 3 games of last season, and I've talked about those games. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Once he was able to get the chemistry, and once Harbaugh knew what he had in this kid, he
Hmm.
developed it slowly over last season. And then once he could take the top off, he just let him run. And I'm
Yep.
telling you, this is not a run first team anymore. This is a pass first team now and will be for the
I mean, look at all
duration.
the options. Look at all the options they have now. Like if week one is even close to about what it's gonna be like, then this is gonna be a really fun team to watch. High
Yeah.
flying. It's gonna be like, the greatest show on turf.
Yes.
They've got all this wonderful talent. And I mean, and Herbert really is freaking awesome. I mean,
And
that guy is
and now
after
a far
starting to
more
rush a little bit.
and now a
Yep.
far more reliable run game. I mean, he was working
Mm.
with two retreads last year in the run game in J.K. Dobbins
Dobbins.
and I don't even
God,
remember the other guy, but
was it Cam Akers? I always
I
think
think it
those
was
two are
Cam Akers.
together.
I think that
It
was one
might
of the
have been. It,
guys.
it might have been, but terrible like these old
Right,
nobodies.
like he was just working
Yeah.
with some retreads, and then once those guys couldn't play anymore, they had to lean on the pat, and it just opened up. The timing was there, and I'm watching these play calls, and these are beautiful plays. He's drawing. I mean, he is in love with Herbert. That is
No,
clear.
that's for sure. Yeah,
That is
that is for
clear.
sure.
His love for
100%.
Herbert. I mean, it reminds me of the way Tom Brady's trainer would look at him. Remember that guy, whatever his name,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Latino guy who was just like, oh, Tommy, like
He
that.
would have to bring him on the plane, and
Yes,
people were pissed off
they
because they're like,
hated
"Why is
him,
your
and it's
job?"
like, I take care of Tommy. I take care of Tommy. Okay,
Yes.
so that is the way that Harbaugh looks at Herbert. I don't know that he's ever had a quarterback like this. I don't. I mean, I think he had it in J.J. McCarthy up there when he called J.J. McCarthy
Yeah,
the
but
greatest
there's
quarterback in the
nothing.
history of Michigan, which
He's
included
never,
Tom Brady. But
but he didn't have time.
he didn't
You
have.
could, and Tom Brady wasn't great when he was at Michigan.
Yeah, he was
Like he
just
didn't
okay.
he didn't
Well,
win
he
any
didn't get a lot of
championships.
opportunities.
No, he didn't. He really didn't. He's a strange outlier of the story,
Yeah, because
but
it wasn't just like
yeah,
one real season as the QB
as the
one there.
starter,
Yeah, I think it was just one real season, if that.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there was a full season or
But
if he sort
his
of
love for
got
Herbert,
his shot halfway through.
his
Is
love
is
for Herbert
undeniable.
is a
A little
well,
weird.
is a
Yeah, it's
bottomless
documented.
well. And
It's well documented.
he is spending all of his time drawing up these gorgeous plays, and they've clearly practiced the hell out of them. The
Yep.
timing is spectacular.
Yep.
Everybody's producing. I'm a big fan. Herbert is a must start, for me going forward.
Okay. Do you have any other quarterbacks?
Sure.
Do it. Let's hear your
Dak
quarterbacks.
versus the Giants.
Love it.
I think this is a great bounce back opportunity. Well, not even a bounce back. I think they started something. Now, if they can get Pickens in line, and then
Yep.
it's going to really happen. And I think this week versus the Giants, great opportunity for them. They're back home. They showed up well versus Philly. Aside from
Right.
those two drops, that fumble, you erase those mistakes. We win that game. And
Correct.
they know that. And I think that is going to encourage Dak to really. And Dak was slinging that ball with accuracy and
He
power.
really was. He really
I
was.
really liked it. I think this is a must-start game for Dak in a
Yeah.
very good plus matchup against the Giants.
He's not going to let the Cowboys go down 0-2 in the division
Yeah,
in the
not
first
gonna
2
happen.
weeks. He's
Can't
not going to
happen.
let that happen.
Or at
So,
least if he does, he's going to go down slinging.
yeah, true that. So get it while you can. You'll see
Yep.
what happens. My quarterbacks are Justin Fields versus
Oof.
Buffalo. Versus
Okay.
Buffalo.
All right.
I mean, what he just did to Pittsburgh was amazing.
Mhm.
And we saw that really Buffalo, that was a fluke win, versus the Ravens. They really,
I wouldn't call it a fluke win. It was
Henry's
a
fumble was a fluke.
Herculean effort by Josh Allen. He
It was, of
willed
course,
them to victory.
but if it wasn't for the fumble, that was so. And a Derrick Henry, like how often does Henry fumble? Not that often. I
Anymore. He
think it
had that
was
one season where he had a case of the fumbles, sort of like Adrian Peterson did, but it was just the one season.
back at what in Tennessee or
Yes, it was in Tennessee.
yeah, yeah. But whatever it was, he's taking care of it. He's not really known for that now, and that was really crazy. So I just say, it's not like their defense was stopping, and certainly not stopping the run, and
Okay,
he's a running quarterback. So,
we'll get.
I mean,
I'll address
give
my
him a lot
side
of
of that when we get to the sits. Uh,
okay.
Another start for me is JJ versus Atlanta. I think this is another great opportunity for JJ McCarthy. I think
Hmm.
the confidence that he now feels after last week is going to be coursing through his veins. I think it's going to be a great start for him. And I don't say this a lot, but a must start for Kyler Murray, only because they're going up against Carolina. They're back
Yeah,
home. It's a good opportunity for him to, they had the game versus New Orleans, which they should have dominated, but
but he was
didn't.
sick. He was sick.
I
But he
think
did
that
show us that he's going after Marvin Harrison
the right,
the way we
the way we
wanted him to do the
wanted it
other
all
games,
last season.
and we'll continue to see that. It was very successful. It is he. I agree. It's
So I
great,
think he
great pick.
is this week is, and not in every week. I'm not a
Right.
fan of Kyler,
I
but
know.
this week must
Yeah,
start Kyler and a strong DFS play.
and a perfect matchup. I like Drake May this week versus the Dolphins. Um, I just I believe that what we saw week one from the Dolphins is who they are. I believe that. I believe that they are a mess. I believe that the wheels have fallen off, and we're just watching like a train wreck right now. So I say let's go against them. Let's take Drake May. He's going to run a little bit. He's got Boutte. He's got his people. He's got Travion Henderson. I think he'll throw the ball to him. He'll be a lot more involved. And I know I said it last week. Still believe it again this week, even though it didn't pan out. I think Hunter Henry is going to be pretty involved, in this particular game. So I'd say,
And
a
and
must
and
start. A
Stephon
must start.
Diggs. Stephon Diggs
Yeah,
had a good showing, considering he's coming off an MCL ACL combo. He
yeah.
had a really good showing. I think he
And
was like 7 of 9. Like
yeah,
it
but he
was.
was only out there for 44% of the
So I
snaps.
mean,
So that,
I'm very encouraged by that. Now my pushback on that. Well, we'll get to it in a minute. We'll get back to
and
it.
then my last quarterback that you must start, I want to say is Caleb Williams versus Detroit. Listen, I understand who he is and what's going on, but I did see something that I've never seen before, and that I didn't recognize it, or it has leveled up. Whatever it impacted me, and I believe his speed is
Yes.
elite and crazy.
Yeah.
Like, like I'd like to see him race Tyreek Hill. I think he would win. That's what I saw,
Yeah.
and and
And
and I
strength
know that.
and power.
Yeah, and
He's a
oh my
strong.
God, that pass
Yeah.
on the sideline while he was running to a Dunze
Yeah.
was like it was amazing. But then he missed a wide open DJ Moore. I don't. He's so
He got in
weird.
his head in that fourth quarter and reverted back to last year's guy. Like the new guy was there for
Yeah,
3 quarters. The guy that
yeah,
Ben Johnson had been building all summer was there for 3 quarters. And then things got a little dicey and he reverted back to last year's Caleb
yeah,
and started just sailing the ball. Right
yeah.
over open receipt. DJ Moore was open, could have
So
taken it to
open.
the house, and he just and the look on DJ's face, like, where is it going?
Why?
I mean,
Why?
and everybody's and all Chicago's collective breath with it, like, no. Oh my God.
But I think Ben Johnson saw what we saw, and I think he's going to say, "Hey, listen, buddy. I don't normally say this, but if things start getting a little long, just run. Okay, you run. We're going to create some running plays specifically for you." What I saw, some of the fastest defensive players in the game couldn't catch it, and they had him in the
Yeah.
grasp, and he still got away. Like it was amazing, and he got.
To
You thought he
that
was going to be
point,
sacked. Yeah, yeah.
one of my teams, my backup quarterback is Caleb, and
Hmm.
JJ was on the wire. And I had a choice to make. I was like, do I believe in jumping on the JJ bandwagon? And he ran in a touchdown, so he could run.
Yep. Correct.
But I liked what I saw out of Caleb. I liked the combo with Ben Johnson so
Hmm.
much. I'm gonna ride it with Caleb for now. I'm gonna keep going and see how this goes. I wasn't ready to just totally switch horses just yet, just based on 1 quarter of play.
Yeah.
From Minnesota, although I think he's going to be great, I just think points wise, maybe Caleb with the legs, and that's what I was basing it on
Yes.
with that run game. I think he's
Yeah.
going to be worth more fantasy football points in the end than this season
Oh
than
yeah.
JJ.
Agreed. Agreed. So
Any
those are
more
my only
quarterbacks? Those are
starts.
my
Those,
quarterbacks. Those are my
those
quarterbacks.
are my
Let's
only
move on
starts.
to running backs. For
Okay.
me,
I've got two of those. Yep.
Mason versus Atlanta. I think you have to. I was wrong about I was wrong about the split. I thought he would. Again, Aaron Jones, beginning of the season is great, but clearly they want to use Aaron Jones in a non-traditional way.
Yeah.
And
More
when
of
it
a wide
comes to the
receiver.
traditional run back, hand him the ball, let him go, Jordan Mason seems to be the choice.
Yeah, and it was, I think, the right choice after seeing the two of them.
Oh, absolutely. After seeing the
You
way
know.
Mason was running and the way he looked
Yes.
versus Aaron Jones, who obviously is also
Yes.
a lot older, I think
31. Gonna be
it,
31. Yeah.
it very much seemed like this is a it's going to tilt as the season goes
He'll
on,
be a
especially
gadget.
based on health.
He'll be a gadget guy and a really effective one. I
I
think
mean,
Aaron Jones
yeah,
will.
because they were like splitting him out wide. They were doing all
That
kinds of
catch
crazy
was
stuff with him.
crazy. That
Yeah,
catch was crazy.
yeah.
It was a wide receiver catch.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean, not that Aaron Jones has lost all value, not at all, but I think now Jordan Mason is a must start.
uh,
Also, go ahead.
who else you got? Who else you got?
Charbonnet. Charbonnet, I think, has
You know,
worked
a
his
must
way
start.
into a must start situation. I think he's getting better opportunities. It looks more explosive. I think he's going to continue to get it now. Not your RB1, but I think flex conversation, absolutely a must start in your flex. I think Charbonnet can be counted on. And just to get through
Versus the
mine,
Pittsburgh defense, the
versus
Pittsburgh
the
running defense.
versus the Pittsburgh defense. I think Charbonnet. I don't have Walker on here as a must start, but I do have
Oh
Charbonnet.
God, I have him as a must sit.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
but I
Spoiler
like
alert.
Charbonnet. I think he's going to be able to. He's just going to get the value touching when they get by the goal
Oh,
line. I think it's going to Charbonnet.
you know what? I like it. I actually do like it. I have two running backs for you, and they're both based on their matchups, and
Okay.
they're both in line for ridiculousness. First one's James Conner versus
Yep.
Carolina.
Yep.
I mean, he's going to feast. He's going to go nuts.
But
He's
I
going to
feel
have
like you're
100.
starting him anyway. If you drafted him, you probably drafted him as an RB1, maybe RB2 at the least. So I feel like he is a must
Not
start.
an RB1.
Absolutely.
Not an RB1. He wasn't an RB.
Borderline. I mean, he was late round. He was second round. Middle to end of the
No,
second round. Yeah,
no, not in our draft. Maybe a 12
10
teamer.
teamer,
Yeah.
12 teamer. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, we normally do 10, but I guess we should speak in terms of 12 because I think that's what most people actually do out there.
Dude, have you
You
met
know,
these guys that are in like 14 and 16 team leagues? And I'm like, who are you starting? I don't,
yeah.
there's nobody left by the time you get to the seventh round. There's nobody left. Like, what are
Well,
you
it sure
doing?
makes Tuesday night easy, right?
I mean,
There's
oh,
nobody to worry about on the waivers, so you may as well
yeah,
just give it
everybody.
to you.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being in more than 12, having more than 12 teams in a league.
And I know the second one again. It's for it's versus Cincinnati. Travis Etienne. I mean, after what he did the first time, dude, I think that dude is going to be probably RB1, this week. And I don't think he's very good, but I think that this matchup is crazy. And they just got rid of Bigsby, and I mean, I'll
No,
have
they
another
getting
really
rid of
good.
Bigsby. They made the commitment to Etienne, but we've seen what 3, 4 seasons of him now.
Yeah,
One good game ain't changing my mind.
I must start probably RB1,
Okay,
probably.
okay. Oof, oof. For
So
me, I also have Samson as a must start versus Baltimore, and this
I
is
actually love that.
yeah,
I love that.
because you can run on Baltimore, and not only that, but Quinshawn Judkins isn't going to be fully integrated yet. This is
He won't play
you and
at all
Samson had a really great game last week.
on both catching and running. Yes,
Yes, and so
yes,
he showed versatility. I mean, he's still. I don't think he's even if Quinshawn gets involved, he's not leaving the field.
right.
But this week will still with Quinshawn making progress. This is
Mm-hmm.
the last week I think you can guaranteed where he's
A
the
must
main
start.
guy. So you
Makes
got him,
sense.
start him this week. Squeeze that juice out of that baby, out of that lemon, because it's going to be running out of juice maybe here in the next few weeks. So, because the opportunities will be limited. He'll be relegated to a third down back, quite possibly. So,
Well,
you
I
know,
think Jerome Ford has
possibly.
earned his way off that.
But injuries may bring him back. But you're right. Unfortunately, but we may see that. And Swift at Detroit. I
A
like.
revenge.
Yeah, I just
That's
think
his old
that
coach versus the old
absolutely, and that's
team.
the thing. The old coach, they both
Yeah.
used to be there. Now they're coming
Right,
back,
right, right.
and you know me, I hate DeAndre Swift. I have
I
no
do
chance
know
of him
that. I
across
do
any
know that.
league. I don't
Yeah.
trust him. He's the hottest, he's the coldest with occasionally hot guy I've ever seen. But I
Yep.
think this game,
This
again, like
game,
Samson, this week must start DeAndre Swift.
I was so close to doing it, but I saw it and I wanted to vomit. When I saw it on my paper, I'm like, I got to cross that out. I
I
didn't.
put it on
I was gonna
there.
be sick. I was gonna be sick. I couldn't
And,
do it.
and next Pacheco, I think is a must start this week. I think last week I think they're going to have to lean into that run game. That's the only reason I say that. I think they're going to have to
Mm.
lean into that run game. I feel like that was the mistake they made last week, was not leaning into the run game. I think we erased last week. I like
Ah.
Pacheco. I think this is going to be a bounce back game for him. I think he's a must start this week versus Philly because I think his usage is going to be way up.
Well, I think that that's pretty bold because what I saw in that game was a three-headed running back committee with Pacheco getting like 5 or 6. I
Sure.
mean,
Yeah, no.
very few
That was,
attempts.
I
You're right.
think, the
The
mistake
usage
they
was way
and
down,
they lost.
but yes, they did. Man, to say he's a must start with all those other people there, I don't know, man. It just sounds it seems tough.
Now,
I
that
mean,
being
it's fun.
said, I'm not starting him, but only
Yeah,
because it's
must
too
start.
late. It was between him and Krosky, and I went with Krosky. It's too late.
Now you wish you had started him, right?
Totally. Oh, without question. If I can go
Without
back,
even knowing what he does. Yeah, like
yeah,
I'll take the random whatever it is over what I know I
yeah,
got from
exactly,
Crosby.
1,000%. And now maybe part of it is buyer's remorse for going with Krosky over Pacheco last night. But I do believe they're going to have to lean on the run game a lot more, and I think they're going to have to get. I think Pacheco's going to have. If they want to win this game, Pacheco's got to have a good game. And
You know
here's my
what?
last must start.
Look at Mahomes. You know, he's been running more. He had
Yeah,
56 or
dude,
57
he
rushing yards.
trucked a
That
guy
takes away
last week. That was pretty good.
that takes away from Pacheco. Like maybe they do need
But
to
he's
run, but
not.
they
They're not
might not
calling
do it
run
this
plays
week.
for him. He's running because they weren't run. They weren't running, and he found himself in a position where he had to run. Now,
Just
this
saying.
one's going to blow your mind, but I am sticking with this, and I'm going to back it up with the other side of it too on the wide receiver end, and we could use this to dovetail into the wide receivers. But I'm going to tell you right now, you must start Devon Achane, you must start Waddle, and you must start Tyreek, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
They had the players only meeting this week.
Mm.
And the players only meeting, this is it. If there's a week where they turn it up and turn it out, this is it. If it doesn't happen, they're done for the season. But if there was one time where they're going to go out there and try and prove it to each other, it's this one.
Do you know who called the players only meeting? Was it Tua?
I don't know who
I'm just
called it.
curious. I'm
Oh,
just curious.
I thought you were about to tell me. I'm like, no,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I'm just curious. I'm just like who called the meeting. Like if it like whoever it is, that makes a difference to me. Probably it would be Tua,
It would seem like
but
it would be Tua.
but
But I
then you
don't
got to.
know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone on the defense.
It absolutely could be. You're right. That's it. I tend not to think that way when we're talking fantasy, but
But
you're
I could
right.
see,
It
but they
absolutely could.
called a players only meeting. And when they do that, this is it. This is their one shot because you can't have a second players only meeting if you go out there and eat a bag of dicks. Okay.
Well, you know, Greg, what if the meeting was, you guys, do we want Mike to stick around? Because if not, let's just blow this game too and we'll get rid of him. Maybe that was what the meeting was about. We don't know, bro. It could be let's tank.
I hate that you brought that possibility into the realm of reality because
It could
maybe
be
they did.
real.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
did. Maybe they're like,
it's a
listen,
crazy.
guys, this guy's a chump. We're almost done with him.
Let's
Let's just everybody just
keep
sandbag it.
going.
But
Keep
see,
doing what you're doing.
to me, you don't bother calling the meeting. You just keep doing what you're already doing, if that's the case. And these men are competitors, and they're being called soft on national television. That is a pride issue. And that's why I feel if there
That's
was
true. You're
ever
right
a
about that.
week you must start these guys, This is the week. I'm calling must start on those three players and let the chips fall where they may. But if you're going to start them, you must start them this week.
Tell you what, man, I have the same feeling when you said Aaron Rodgers week 1.
And it
So
happened.
that's good. That's good for you. That's good for what you're saying because it sounded unlikely.
Right.
And boy was it. Boy, were you right. 4 TDs. You might be right on. You
I'm
might
always
be right
looking for
on.
those emotional edges that drive them to do a little bit more. You know,
Well, then let's talk about my must start wide receiver. The one who's going to be number 1 is the week overall. This is the week DK Metcalf. Revenge.
oh
He's got a
wow,
total
good
hyper
call.
target. DK
Yeah.
Metcalf is going to go, even though it's not in Seattle, it's versus Seattle. And
Oh,
you know, Rodgers is going to be like, look, I did it last week. We'll help you do it this week.
totally.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's
And he
go.
is that kind of a guy who will
Absolutely.
absolutely say, oh,
Super
yeah, let's
catty.
get him. You got
Yeah,
it. And
super
he'll just
catty.
zoom, zoom, zoom. You know, I didn't even think about that, but you are on the money with that. I like that pick a lot.
And then my other 2 for the wide receivers aren't nearly as fun, but also I think are important. Must start Jerry Jeudy at Baltimore, and you must start Keon Coleman at the Jets.
Okay. I'm going to go with I like Boutte. I think he's a
Mm-hmm.
must start. I think he's demonstrated that he's kind of emerging as a one, borderline two, depending on Stephon Diggs development. But right now, I like Boutte as the one, and I think
All
he's
right,
going
we
to.
can't say that anymore. You got to say Booty. You just have to.
Booty's the
Yeah,
man. Give me that booty.
I like Booty. I like
But
Booty. I
booty.
want Booty in my.
But booty.
I'm all about that Booty.
Uh,
Um,
I like T. Higgins versus, I think he's a must start versus Jacksonville. I think this is a good spot for him. I know,
that makes me happy.
but I really
Like
do. I think this is a good spot for him. I think he needs this bounce back. I think all of them bounce back, and I
they
think this is
do.
going to be a
Yes,
good game for T. Higgins. This is a must start. Obviously, you're going to start tomorrow, Chase no matter what.
of
But I think
course, of
this is
course.
a week you were doubting it. You after what happened last week, but I think Jacksonville's a good opportunity for them to get back on that horse and look like real winners. And I think T. Higgins is going to be a big part of that.
Okay, let me throw a scenario at you quickly. T. Higgins or Keenan Allen go
Keenan Allen by far.
by far.
Dependability. He will see consistent 7 targets, 6 receptions, 60 to 90 yards, depending, maybe throw in a touchdown in there, maybe not. But I like his
Mm,
dependability a lot more because right now there isn't like a dominant wide receiver one opposite him. There's McConkey, who isn't a dominant wide receiver one.
right,
There's Quentin Johnston, who
right.
can develop a case of the dropsies at any time. I
We've
think
definitely seen that.
while he's healthy, Keenan Allen is security, he's surety,
Hmm.
he is the North Star. I would go with Keenan Allen all day over that one.
I appreciate you. That's actually a personal question about. I've got that situation. I think in two different lineups. So I'll probably do the split and just
Split, exactly.
get on it.
Split.
I'll
You don't
probably
want to be
split it.
all in or all out on
Right.
it. One of
Yeah.
them will be right and one will be wrong, and that's just you got to take
Exactly.
that. Or
I
they
just.
might both be right, or they might both be wrong. But more likely, either both will be right or split than both wrong.
Right. Exactly. So I'll split it. And we'll see what happens.
And it's so funny.
Uh,
My next must start is Keenan Allen versus Las Vegas.
oh, perfect. Perfect.
I
I
love it.
love
I
that.
think the consistency is there. The chemistry is obviously already there. And again, as I said, this is not they love to run the ball. No, they love to throw the ball. And they're
A
going to throw it
divisional
all
matchup.
over Las Vegas. He's going to be
Yes.
catching balls down by the MGM Grand. He's going to be catching balls
Okay.
up at the Strat. He's going to be catching he's going to be all over the strip catching ball.
Okay.
I love Keenan Allen at Las Vegas. All right.
Yes.
Let's talk
Got any
some.
tight ends? Any
Yeah,
tight
I think
ends?
you must start fanning. I don't think
Oh,
he's the
here's a guy that we
flyer.
talked about last week, and you
Yeah,
said
I didn't like
maybe
it.
no.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
but
it, but
I'll
now I've
come
seen
around.
it. And now it's either he was a week one mirage, but I don't think so. He had the juice coming out of training camp. Everyone's talking about it. Now we're seeing it, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's going away. I think it's going to be fanning Baltimore as a team. Now, Could you
Super weak
also
against tight
start
ends.
Njoku? Maybe, but I think I mean yes.
If
But
you had to pick one,
the must start for me is Fannin versus Baltimore because Baltimore is going to be stronger, at the edges than they are against the tight end. I love
they
that.
always are. Yep.
I think
Yep.
Tyler Warren versus Denver. I think honestly,
I have the exact same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be their most productive player on the receiving corps this weekend versus that
100%.
stout Denver defense. I think
Correct.
it's going to have to be Warren and
Yes.
Hunter Henry versus Miami.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
So you're on it too. You
I
feel
am
it.
for this week. For
It
this week,
feels right. Exactly. This matchup. It feels
yeah.
right this week. So Tyler Warren, I also had, and the only other one I have is your guy. Uh, is it Brenton?
Brendan
Brenton Strange.
Strange, Brenton
Brent,
Strange,
Brenton
not
Strange. I can't,
Jacksonville.
that's your guy. I consider that a your guy. And that was, he's playing at Cincy. You know that they suck. Their defense is atrocious. And like last week, I think that there just wasn't quite enough usage for him. I think that's going to change dramatically. I think he's a must start this week for
Yeah.
sure.
And he still was involved in the game. He just wasn't, it wasn't flashy, but he was in there. Another guy I like, two other guys I like this week, I think are must starts. Dalton Kincaid. I think he's carved himself a very reliable role. And then he's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Sam Laporta. Telefen. I think with I think with
40's back. 40's back. 40's back. 40's back.
I just think that with this new OC, I think it was clear he's like, did we stop throwing to Laporta? Well,
we all wondered that.
We all wondered it. I think this OC came in and was like, throw it to Laporta again. This is stupid. This is dumb. He's an incredible talent. He's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I think Laporta is back in the mix. I think he's a must start this week.
So you're calling him a full on web WH?
Yeah. That's right. The Terry Bradshaw pronunciation. Oh, weapon.
A full on weapon.
A full on weapon.
So we've had the good. Now
Ooh.
we go to the bad. Who are we sitting? Who do we must sit? I've got some names I don't think people are going to like.
Same here, and I'm wondering if we agree on the first one. For me, Mahomes versus.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I think last week was an aberration. He's lost yet another receiver. And Philly. Now, does that mean they're necessarily going to lose? No, I just don't think he's going to have a big fantasy day. Like I said, I think they're going to have to lean on the run. I think it's going to have to be a lot of run game and a lot of short passing, which doesn't produce tremendous fantasy points. I don't see where he's going to get explosive plays in the passing game in this. I just don't.
What's his name?
Taekwon Thornton.
Not Taekwon. It's the other. It's a different Thornton.
Something
right?
Thornton. Right. Because the Taekwon, I think, is the one that's in the Raiders in Las Vegas.
That's right. The Raiders.
Yes.
A lot of similar names. It's hard to keep track.
But again, as we've seen with Mahomes, if he don't have the chemistry with you, he ain't going to let it fly. He'll take the check down. And this is in my Flyers.
He tried 4 times. He also had Hollywood Brown, who had a billion catches.
Right.
I understand until he gets hurt. And Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 for 5 for 55.
I think it'll all be short. I think it'll all be shallow. Again, not that they can't win the game, but that it's not going to be a big fantasy day. It's going to be back to the type of fantasy days we saw from him all of last year, where it's 15 to 17 points. And you're like, what? So for me, Mahomes is a sit this week.
Okay. Tua or Mahomes?
Oh, Mahomes. My God, yes.
Okay. Drake May or Mahomes?
Mahomes.
You looked a little. Justin
Fields. It was a little closer.
Yeah. Justin Fields or Mahomes?
Ooh. Because I don't like Justin Fields this week.
I hear you don't. I think he's going to have a great week.
I know you do. I know you do. But his running ability is stronger, and he's going to probably run one in. So in that scenario, but again, I think you're looking at a guy who gets 21 points versus a guy who gets like 17 points.
Just curious. I just wanted to get a little temperature check. That's all.
Yeah. I'd probably go Fields over Mahomes.
Yeah, I think kind of would have to.
But I would sit Mahomes. I mean, you don't trust him entirely just yet. Last week may have been an aberration. He lost one of the receivers he counts on the most. Hollywood Brown probably won't even finish the game.
So, but I also know that he has been to 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I
Again,
mean,
again,
I
I'm
know
not
that.
precluding his ability to win the game.
Right.
I'm
Right. I hear
precluding
you. I
his
hear you.
ability to score
To
big
to
fantasy
to
points.
get you a fantasy to be he's a fantasy sit for you this week. I get it. He's a
Exactly.
must
That's
sit.
all. He's a must sit in fantasy, not in reality.
Right. I must sit. Bo Nix
I got it too. Yep.
at MD.
Yep.
Look, kid's struggling already. He thinks that he's amazing. He was listening to all of his own hype. That's what I think. I think he got high on his own supply, and
Quite
now he thinks,
violent.
okay, and now
Woo!
he's
This Knicks, this OG Knicks tastes good.
okay, yeah. Oh, I'm so good. Oh, where'd these guys come from? Oh,
It's
I guess
almost like
I'm
they've been
not so
studying tape
good.
of me all summer. Oh my
Right.
God.
And yeah, while you've been studying all of the beautiful things people have been saying about you, they've been studying the way you play.
Yeah.
So Bo Nix at Indy, and you know what? I'm a little nervous. I don't know what we saw if about Indy's defense. I'm very curious. I tend to believe that maybe that was not a mirage.
No, the defense I think is very good.
I might it might be
It might be
really
very, very
really
good.
really good, like a
And
lot
the
better than I
Colts may
thought.
make me ultimately look stupid, but I do not believe in Daniel Jones.
Here's my next sit.
And I don't believe in the Colts. But right. And mine is Fields. Oh, and here's why. They just dealt with this situation with the Ravens, okay, with the running quarterback, but way better. And they see what Fields is going to do. Going to try and run. So they're gonna spy him. They're gonna sit on him. They're gonna send Bosa after him. I don't know that Fields has got it, and ultimately Fields isn't a very good passer. So versus this Buffalo defense, which again was facing the Ravens last week, and if you think the Jets are the Ravens, well, I have some property in Florida that I would like to sell you.
Oh my God, how much?
So cheap. Oh my God. But
Yes,
this, it's wonderful
do you
land.
take
You're
Bitcoin?
gonna
Do you
love
take Bitcoin?
it. We only take Metro card and cashier's checks.
Because I've got Haktua coin. I've got lots of that, bro. We'll make a trade.
But I don't like Fields. I don't like Fields versus Buffalo. I don't. I think the Buffalo defense is going to do a much better job against the Jets than they did because again, the Jets are not the Ravens. The Ravens are one of the top, if not the top team in the league. The Jets are not.
Okay, they're not the Ravens. That's true. But they did play one of the top defenses in the league last week and put 32 points up on them. I mean, Pittsburgh is one of the top defenses in the league.
It is week one.
I know it, but it did happen. I mean, just because it
No,
was
I'm
week one
not
doesn't
saying it
mean it
didn't
doesn't
happen. He put
count.
up 34 fantasy points. For him to go from 34 fantasy points to a sit doesn't make any sense. At the
That's what I'm
same
saying.
time, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't happening again.
Tell you what, we need to start a new segment. Check yourself because next week we got to come back and check yourself on this one because
We
I think
do.
you
We
dead
check it
wrong.
all the time. It's called nailed or failed. And believe me, and you remember everything like an ex-girlfriend. So I
Well,
know I'm not getting away with this Fields prediction. You will
I've got a
bring it.
lot.
You'll probably
I've got
bring
a
it
lot
back up
more
by the
free
end of the
time.
episode.
I've got a lot more free time than you.
No one
Uh,
has more free time. No.
so Daniel Jones, what a great performance week one. Oh my gosh, he's the new coming of whatever, Elway or of Manning. He's the new Colts Manning. He's a must fit at Denver. I wouldn't start either one of those quarterbacks versus each other. I don't want any part of Bo Nix. I don't want any part of Daniel Jones. That's more of a fluke, I think, than anything else. What happened week one? Uh, I have zero confidence, although he was a top five quarterback.
So was
He,
Fields.
he's a,
Fields, I think, was two.
I think he was too,
Yeah.
right? Was
Behind
Herbert?
Josh Allen. I think it was Josh
Oh,
Allen.
Allen?
It was
I think was
Allen
it Allen
and
Fields Herbert or Allen Herbert Fields? It was
so
those three.
right.
Those three.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll have to look it up. But yeah, so we've got a couple of these top. We've got two of the top five guys from last week in our sits. That's bold. But yeah, that's what I've got as far as quarterbacks. And I only have one wide receiver that you must sit. All the rest, you're going to sit anyway. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
right, right.
So the one that I've got is Michael Pittman Jr.
I've got him on mine too.
Yeah. He played great but this defense is no joke.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I want to sit both quarterbacks. If that's true, I can't trust any of the receivers, So, but this guy in particular, I think people are excited and want to play him because they remember the promise when he
Yeah.
was a rookie coming in. The promise was elite wide receiver one immediately.
I remember Matthew
And
Berry making Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, his ride or die going into his second or third, I think his second season.
that's hilarious.
I will never forget it. I was like, Danny, that's your ride or die? And then sure enough,
Yeah, nice work. It looks like you decided to go for die. Do you have, do you have any?
here are my must sits, and these are based primarily on the fact that we're not seeing enough out of them just yet. And it's about chemistry. It's chemistry issues.
Hmm,
Ridley versus the Rams. Again,
yep,
I mean, while the targets are there, he hasn't quite figured out how to handle that rocket coming out
right.
of Cam Ward's arm. Cam Ward needs to learn how to put a little touch on the ball.
Yeah,
Um, Tet McMillan versus AZ. Again, the chemistry is not there yet. It doesn't seem to be there yet. Olave versus San Francisco. Again, Rattler. It's not quite there yet.
you're right.
Pearsall, who I loved last week. He was a must start for me last week, but now we have Mac Jones coming in. And the thing about that
Yeah.
is this: anytime these guys come in, their chemistry with whoever the guy is whoever was injured or off to the side while
On
they
the B
were
team. Yeah.
the B team, which
Yeah.
makes me wonder if it's a great sneaky play to start Juwan Jennings, who is
Oh, I thought you
off
were going to
on
say
the side,
Conges.
or Tonjes, because
Yeah.
Tonjes the backup, and
Probably
Juwan
work
Jennings was working back from injury. So these are
with
the
Mac.
guys on the second field with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So I don't like Ricky Pearsall this week at all, but Tonjes, they could be sneaky DFS
Yep.
plays.
Yep.
Juwan
Yep. Yep.
Jennings, that could
But
happen.
Jawan, we got to check because I think he's on the injury report again.
He is, but I think he's questionable, but I think he's in line to play, and we'll check that here in a
Yeah.
minute.
So that is
But
a little
again, it's
concerning.
anybody
Right.
that's and Tonjes absolutely could be his guy. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind throwing him in a DFS.
Sure. I absolutely. I hope you have him in your
And whereas
DFS
you
squad.
have Keon Coleman as a must start, I have him as a must sit. And
Explain yourself.
it's based on what we've seen before. I think he was a week one mirage. I don't have a lot of faith in Keon Coleman. I just don't. So
Mm. Okay.
and also Devontae Adams. Again, the chemistry is just not there yet. I said it last week. I said sit him last week, and you should
Yeah.
have sat him last week. I think he was good for 7 points. And unfortunately, you got to sit Pickens until we see better. Until we see him pick it up, you got to sit
Hate
Pickens.
it. I hate to
I
admit
hate
you're
it
on the
too.
other.
I hate it too. It breaks my heart. All the talent's there, none of the discipline. Step it up, Pickens, or no one's picking you again.
Yeah. Exactly. What about running backs? I got a couple of those. I'm going to go back to back with my same prediction as last week. Tony Pollard's going to have another not good game,
Yeah.
versus the Rams. I feel like it's going to be almost the exact same thing we saw week one.
It's tough
It
to
feels
sit him though because of the volume, but I agree that the production's probably going to be exactly like it was last week.
so the volume will be there, but the points will not. And then I hate to say it, but Kenneth Walker the third. I I really wasted a draft pick, a pretty high one. There was a
You
lot
called
of
him RB1 overall
last week.
week
I
one.
thought week one, I thought he would be. He had the best matchup, and I
And
thought
my
he's
pushback
showing
was
us
the
he's going to
Charbonnet
be.
pushback. Yep.
And you were right, and you were right, and now I've gone completely the other way, and I'm saying he is a must sit. And at this point, you just have to hope he has one good game, and that you can package him up with somebody else and ship him off, and try to get somebody with a little more stability.
For me, it's Tyrone Tracy at
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. I
Yep,
mean, Dallas wanted to stop the run. They went and got Kenny Clark, and turns out he's
he
real good
good,
at stopping the run.
good. Yeah,
He's not flashy like Micah, but he
no.
stops the run. They held Saquon Barkley, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Cover of Madden, the Offensive Player of the Year,
Back,
2019,
back where I've heard of.
and he got 60 yards. Now that says something. They clearly, and again, this speaks to my guy Shotty, how he
Mm-hmm.
decided to make that a focal point. Stop the run. Now, made it harder to stop the pass. Actually, made it harder to stop the quarterback from running, but they stopped the run game.
Yep.
And I think Tyrone Tracy is no Saquon.
Right.
And Russ Wilson is no
I mean,
Hurts.
Shotty. I would assume Shotty's going to try to stop Neighbors and
Well,
not the run this week. Like
admittedly,
that's going to be his
but I
focal
just don't think
point.
Tyrone Tracy is going to have much room to run.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't see him having a great game. I understand.
But that's
You
my
got
only
any
RB
other?
sit.
Okay. And I only have one tight end sit,
I got a
and that's
couple.
Evan Ingram. I
Me
just don't
too.
trust.
Me
I just don't trust.
too.
And I think he's extremely talented. I think he's going to be great. Across the course of the season, unless this injury is worse than we thought, and that's
Or
sort
he
of
just aggravates it and it gets worse, and then he's
right.
gone for a couple of weeks, which could end. It's
Yeah.
tough when a guy doesn't finish a game 1 week. You expect him to finish the game the next week,
Yeah.
unless they just don't throw it to him very much so he doesn't get hurt. So either way, that doesn't stack up to a very good fantasy day for Ingram. He's on my sit list
Yeah.
too. I
Yeah.
also have Mark Andrews as a must sit. If you have Mark Andrews, you better go get Isaiah Likely right now. Just
Yeah.
go
Is he
get him,
back
stash
this
him
week or
on. No,
not?
he's
Do we
not,
know?
but not
He's
yet.
not.
But stash him on your bench. Have him on your
Yeah.
bench. Put him in your IR spot if you have one. Have him because when he comes back,
Very
he
smart.
could be a weapon. But Mark
Yes.
Andrews seems to have been. He's on he's out there. He's out further out on the Kelsey pasture than Kelsey is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they just don't. They're not even. He's just not part of it right now.
No, he's not.
And then, of course, I mean, it looks shiny. Don't do it. Darren Waller, Miami versus New England.
He's not playing.
He's not playing. I thought he
No.
was going to
So
play
that's
this
an
week.
easy choice. No. I
Oh,
don't think he's ever going to. I don't think he's ever going to play.
okay. I was afraid he might be coming out this week.
No. No.
Okay, so those are mine. Do you have any defensive sits?
Nope.
For me, it's Arizona versus Carolina. And the only reason I say that is this. Because I know it's a juicy peach, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just
Mm.
but so was
Ah.
New Orleans. Projected 15 points, turned up 9 versus New
Yeah.
Orleans. Now they're
Yeah.
going to no, they're actually Carolina, I think, is going to them. So that's good. They're at home.
Yeah.
But I think Carolina is at least better than New Orleans.
Well, based on what?
Based on the fact
I mean,
that their
honestly, they
quarterbacks in
looked
their quarterback,
terrible.
the quarterbacks
They
in their
looked
second year
bad.
in the system.
He looked bad.
I
They
think
looked
that
bad.
but again, considering they didn't do much against New Orleans and Rattler, I just
But he
don't
was sick.
I just don't think they're going to be doing much against Carolina. I just don't think it's a very good defense. I know
I mean,
the projection's nice. It looks great. I don't buy it. I would sit them.
okay. All right. Risky. It's a risky business. You're
I'm
taking
just saying because
another
that's one of
bold.
those ones. If you're streaming defenses, you're looking at it going, "Oh yeah," but listen, they're projected for fewer versus Carolina than they were projected against New Orleans. New Orleans, they were projected around 15, and versus Carolina, they're projected around 12. So clearly, they think Carolina is going to be a bigger challenge
Better opponent. Yeah.
than New Orleans, and they didn't do much against New Orleans. So I'm not.
Now, Chuba Hubbard could have a really great game
He
and could destroy
could,
them. You're
and
right.
he's been
That's
good. He
true.
had a good game last week.
He did. He's a great player.
He is,
I
and
wish
I'm
he
just
was on a
saying.
better
And if
team.
him
Yeah.
and Ted McMillan begin to connect, I mean, that was always the problem was the lack of a pass game. Him and Leggett could not get. Remember how many weeks last year were like this?
I know.
I think 3 weeks in a row.
I believe
Never
it.
happened.
Never
He
happened.
became fetch. Quit trying to
He
make fetch
did.
happen. Quit
You're
trying to
right.
make Leggett happen. But
Savior happened.
now, Cat, I mean, it's showing like it could, and they're gonna have to try. But
Yeah,
and if it
yes.
does, I think it's one of those third times the charm situations. Next week could be the week that we really see. But we sat around all season waiting on MJH last season. We
Yeah.
might be doing the same thing with Tet this week. So
Yeah, it is interesting. I hear you. I think it's bold again. You're making you're making some bold predictions here. I don't know, man. Carolina pretty bad.
they are.
Pretty bad.
But I don't think Arizona's as good as people would hope they would be.
Yeah,
So,
Connor will go off.
and really the Arizona defense is what I'm worried about. The Arizona defense, I don't think is just very good. They have great matchups. They should be great, but a great matchup does not equal points.
The only person on defense of theirs that I know is Buda Baker. I cannot think of another
And
defensive player, and
he's
that's not
old
good.
and he's a
He's old.
safety.
Yeah, true, right. But I'm saying that's the only defensive player that I
That's what I'm
know on
saying.
that
You don't know a
team.
single pass
Yeah,
rusher.
that's
You
not
know a
good.
single lineman. You don't know the linebackers. They have no. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh yeah, it's a juicy. You
No,
see, it looks
no.
delicious. Then you bite into it. It's like, oh, too.
Oh,
There's no flavor.
rotten,
Oh, it's so bitter,
mealy,
bitter,
mealy.
bitter. It's like you know what it is. It's like, um, uh, um, not cantaloupe. The sugar
Honeydew.
honeydew. It's like
Hmm.
honeydew. Honeydew always looks good,
Looks awesome.
always. And it either is just the sweetest, most delightful, or you're like,
Yeah.
did you grow this in a
Cardboard.
sock?
This is
What?
what is this?
How could you
What
take
is
all the,
this?
it's just green mass. The fuck is this?
It's always the one out of a fruit salad that's left. Like, people pick through, and at the end, there's nothing but honeydew. That's
Right,
it.
but that tells you they took one bite of the honeydew. It's like bad honey. I mean, it is
No,
so. It's either awesome. Like I had good honeydew this morning, and it reminded me. I was like, boy, this is a hit and
that's a
miss.
honeydew.
Boy, it was good. It was, oh my god, loved it. But so many times you get it, and it's just flavorless.
Yeah, most of the times you get it, it's a honey don't.
Exactly. And this weekend, I think Arizona for the duration, their defense, a honey
Honey
don't,
don't.
honey
Honey
don't,
don't. Mm-mm.
don't do it, honey, honey,
Mm-mm.
don't do it, honey, don't.
Well, this is going to be a fun week. Do you think that this is the week CD Lamb finishes as wide receiver number 1 in the
Oh,
NFL?
I like
Let's
it.
go.
I like it.
He's pissed off. He went to the Judd's machine immediately and went for hours and started working. He went right to work. He's mad. This is the Giants. This is big. He wants to make up for it. Dak wants
Well, he
him.
needs Pickens to start catching some balls to take some heat off him.
Sure, of course. That's
Yeah.
going to be a big. He definitely needs it. So Dak needs to throw it to him. Got to throw it to him. So because he wasn't.
Yeah.
That would be helpful. But number 1, this is the week. CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver number 1.
This is the week that Jackson Dart takes over from Russell Wilson at halftime in the Cowboys game. And he comes out and he scares the Cowboys real good. He runs a great second half and he excites that team and he excites that defense. And I mean, in a way that is going to, I don't think they beat the Cowboys, but I think they scare them in the second half. If anything, it'll be a matter of time, them just not having enough time to do it. But this is the week. This is the week Jackson Dart takes over. I think Russell Wilson goes out there, stinks it up for 2 quarters. They're like, we've seen enough. Jackson, you're up. And I think the revelation of Dart starts this week.
Well, I can't. I cannot disagree more because this is the week that Jackson Dart begins his tenure in New York. I have the same thing.
Did you really? That's hilarious.
I've got
That's
number 5 on my.
hysterical.
I have the exact same thing.
So
This
many.
is the week
Yeah.
that he begins his tenure. But here's another one. This is the week
Yes.
McDaniel gets fired.
Oh, spicy.
Bye.
Let me tell you something. It might that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
That meeting.
the players only meeting this is it.
What did they say?
Yeah. I mean, if they come out and they eat another stink burger, there's no other recourse. We already talked about it. We've done everything. This is it. There's no other motivation. There's nothing we can do. That's it. Bye. McDaniel, you may be right. You may be right.
I may be crazy.
But you you may be right. I mean, but he just may be the head coach that's fired this week.
Turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. You may be wrong. McDaniels may be out the door.
Yeah.
I
think
you may be right.
Copyright that? I think we can. We should.
Yeah, we definitely didn't violate any copyrights doing that. Definitely for sure.
Oh, all right. All right. Fair enough. I'll look into it. Billy owes me a favor.
Yeah.
What else you got for this the week? I've
That's
got two
it.
more, I
That's
think.
it. I no other. My big one was the Jackson Dart.
Okay, you're gonna hate this because you believe in jinxes, but this is the week. Dak Prescott makes it 14 straight wins
Boy, you
versus
just
the
you
New York Giants. 14 in a row. This is the week. Chalk it, mark it,
you just
stamp
handed
it.
Jackson Dart his first win, and it's going to be a big comeback, and it's going to be your fucking fault.
I wish I had that kind of power.
Mark
I
it.
wish I could. This is the week that Justin Fields finishes as quarterback number one. We could not be more in a disagreement on this. He'll finish as quarterback number one this week. You say he's a must sit. I can't wait to find out who's right.
I can't either. That'll be fun.
And I have one more that I think is awesome because I
Okay.
believe in the Jets this week. Brees Hall finishes as RB number one. Brees Hall, RB
Brees
number
Hall
one
had
this
a
week.
great game last week. They really did.
Looked amazing.
So we'll see. I'm not sold on the Jets because they're the Jets.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
What are we gonna do about Jamison Williams in
Mm-hmm.
Detroit? I mean, we're seeing Laporta get back involved. We're seeing this Isaac TesLaa.
TesLaa.
Yeah, and Dan went right out there, their coach went right out there. It's like, oh, we got to get TesLaa more involved. We're going to get him more
Dan
involved. We're going
Campbell.
to get him
Yeah.
the ball. I went and grabbed him on the wire in one of the leagues.
Love it.
So that's a growth stock. I'll take it. But
Love
but
it.
what
Yep.
does it do to Jamison Williams, who was basically a non-factor? I mean, so was
So was
St. Brown.
everyone.
So was St. Brown.
Everyone.
And I think St. Brown, you definitely will see a bounce back with Amon Ross St. Brown.
This is
But with
amazing.
Jamison, is Jamison heading towards being the odd man out?
Uh, I really don't think so. I believe that he's going to be fine. Look, it wasn't the start you wanted, and you may not get a great game this game either. You might not. But I think you're going to see a bounce back big time. He's pretty special. He's got elite speed. He's been working really hard. He didn't live up to his initial potential like we all thought. Like right off the bat, he was going to come in and be like Justin Jefferson and just boom, take over. That hasn't happened, and I think he understands that he's not the wide receiver one on this team. He's embraced his role.
Well, I
It's
think that's
humbled him.
true
It's humbled
too.
him. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, really, he's been this like shiny package that we've been waiting to open that we keep thinking has got, all this gold coin in it. And yet every time we open it, there's nothing in there. It's a, it's,
Right.
it's a box of farts.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that giant, Easter rabbit that you think this. You got this
Right. You
huge
think it's over,
bucket
and
of
then you
butter, and
break
the
it open,
whole
it's
middle is
hollow. It's
hollow, and you're like,
hollow.
"What the hell? I
What
got
a rip. Yeah. There's no chocolate in it. There's no peanut butter in it. There's
not right.
nothing.
That's not
It's a
right.
shell.
Should be illegal.
Oh my
It's
God, you
false
are so
advertising,
right, and that
right?
is exactly what he is.
Yes.
He is
So
a
far,
chocolate
yes.
bunny. Oh man,
Hollow
maybe
rabbit.
we don't mean that
Hollow.
in a racist way. We mean that in
But
an
no,
Easter
I didn't
way.
even.
Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't either
exactly.
until I said it out loud, and then I was like, I don't mean it like I mean it like he's a hollow. It looks delicious, and then you're like, there's nothing in here, and
Yeah.
that is 150% right.
So what are we gonna do? We're not gonna panic. We're not gonna freak out. We're not gonna drop them. We're gonna hold. We're gonna wait. We're gonna hold.
Oh,
We're gonna let it.
absolutely,
We're gonna let it
absolutely. And
develop.
injuries
That's what we're gonna do.
happen. Laporta could get injured. TesLaa could get injured. Jameson becomes the number one. You do not drop a talent like that
Yes, that's
unless it's Kyle Pitts. But
okay. Who you just picked up for the record? Everyone needs to know.
I needed a
Uh,
backup tight end, and mine was
mhm.
injured because I had Kittle. So I was having to play my backup, which is Brendan Strange. And
Spent a
of
little
the
money on him, didn't you?
I had to spend some money on him because
Let's
other
say
guys are going
real
to try and
fast.
get him because he had a pretty decent game one. Am I
I
starting
believe there
him?
were
Am
zero
I
other bids.
starting him? Am I
Maybe.
starting him?
Well,
No,
I don't know. Who do you have?
no,
Brock Bowers? Because that's my
no.
question.
I had
What
Kittle.
okay. What are we gonna do about Brock Bowers? He didn't practice today. His game is the late Monday night game. Like it starts at 10 o'clock. p.m. Eastern. Like that's when it starts. So you gotta be what here's what you got a couple of options, right? What are we gonna do? You can either just wait and hope that
And
he
I've got a
plays,
couple shares of him too.
right? So I mean, I assume that what I would assume you would do is wait and hold and hope that he plays, and if not, worst case scenario, just go grab Michael Mayer or whatever that the other their backup tight end who was also heavily
That's
involved.
actually a very strong idea to grab Michael Mayer now and have him as a
Maybe.
backup. I may have to follow that advice myself and
Yep.
make sure that I got him because I want to keep him in those lineups. Because obviously, if he plays for them, he plays for you. So
Yep.
that may be the play because Mayer's out there. Mayer's on the wire. You can get
Yes,
Mayer
100%. I shouldn't say 100%. He's probably 98%,
available.
free,
Yeah.
available. Right. So what are you going to do? So that's one thing you could do is go
I think
grab
that's
him.
what you do. I think you just said what we were going to do. You're going to go out and get Mayer and put him on your bench in case this
But
doesn't
you do
happen.
have, in case you don't
And
like
them
that or don't.
resting a talent like him on Friday, him not practice, that doesn't scare me because he is such an important part of the team that they will happily rest if that means they get to play him.
Of course. But if you are worried, I do want to give you three names that you can consider. If you're like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to sweat until 10 o'clock Monday night. I don't want to wait. So maybe grab Brenton Strange, maybe grab Tonjes, maybe grab Komet. All those guys are available.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean, except for the one that you took Tonjes in. But I mean, like, when you got him, how many was he available? I mean, like
I only
another
spent a
90.
buck. I spent a
Right.
dollar on him.
There you have
And
it.
I don't know that
So
anybody else even bid on him. So
as
now I did try and get him in Dynasty, and I got outbid in Dynasty.
well, that makes a lot more sense,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Of course, Dynasty's a whole different animal, for sure, and I understand that.
And
But
I
in
thought
this,
I'd
in this,
bid, I thought I had bid plenty to get him, and someone went way, way over me to get it. And I was like, all right, well, I guess it's yours.
somebody saw what you saw and was like,
Yeah.
"This will be what I'm
Well, he
missing is a
scored a
great
touchdown on his first time out
compare."
there. Like, okay, maybe,
Was that his first catch
I don't know if it
in
was
the
his first
NFL?
catch, but I
Second.
mean, his first game and he catches a touchdown. I mean, there's certain things that San Francisco does well, running backs.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to just find productive running backs and I guess hopefully
And
tight
tight ends.
ends. Yeah.
Yeah, Vernon Davis. It's been that way for many,
Yeah. So
generations. You're
Tonjes
right.
is absolutely an option.
So if you don't want to do the mayor thing, but you totally could. So
I
those are
may
your
have to
options.
wait until game time. And if that happens, then because I don't want to have to drop anybody for an insurance policy. And I think I would probably be the only person trying to get Michael Mayer at that point. So
Your
unless
opponent
my
might
opponent thought, like,
just be
oh,
friendly.
fuck you, I'm going
Well, I
to.
mean, wouldn't you? I mean, if you were the opponent and you saw that, wouldn't you? I mean,
After
that's
the
part of the
CJ
game.
Anderson debacle, absolutely.
You have to. You'd have to. You've learned your lesson.
I have.
What are we going to do about Isaiah Pacheco? You seem to think he's a must start this week and that things are going to turn around. I hope you're right. What I saw during preseason, I thought he was back. Like he looked strong again, and he looked like himself again. Don't understand this usage. Don't understand this guy Davis and Hunt and him. Like it's just a weird situation, and I don't know
Well, and what did that
dude.
weird situation equal?
Terrible.
A loss. Do you think they're going to
Well,
do that again?
I don't know. I don't know what
I
they're
don't
going
think
to do,
so.
man.
I think they lean on Pacheco, and I think they lean on the run game, and they're going to try and get it going.
So you would even start him now. I'm not. I am not as confident as you on that. And in fact, I'm worried about what I'm going to do with him rest of season if these trends continue. Now, granted, it's only
Now,
one
listen,
game.
if I'm wrong this week, oh, I am panicking on Pacheco.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
evacuate, nuclear, get out,
yeah,
everybody get out.
yeah,
And also,
yeah.
if they lose this game, we're going to have that conversation about the
Yep.
Chiefs dynasty
Okay.
circling the
Has it
drain.
come to an end? Is this already the beginning of the end? Was the
Turn out
losing
the
of the Super Bowl?
lights. The party's over. Not yet. Not yet. There's
And
still,
last,
if it's one thing Mahomes showed you last week, is there's still a little
yeah.
magic left in that wand.
Oh yeah. I mean,
They
he's
just went
young.
up. They just went up against a war machine that is the Chargers offense this season.
So good.
So good.
So good. It was
Oh
a
my
great
God.
game.
It was so,
I love the divisional games right off the bat. There's just so much
oh,
intensity in
so
these
much
games.
drama. So great.
Great.
So
It's really
juicy.
right, and they've got
So,
back to back.
and
They
then
go
the
right to Vegas.
Pittsburgh Jets revenge, like, I mean,
Now DK
they
Metcalf's
gave us
revenge
so
next this week.
many great storylines week
Storylines. They're
one. Normally I'm not
chef's
happy
kiss.
with it at all. This
Chef's
week
kiss to the
I was like,
schedulers.
did you get like a 52-year-old cat lady to schedule these teams? And she's like, what we need around here is more drama. Like,
Yeah, I thought you were going to say she had a crystal ball, because she
no, she was just like, let's just make it the worst out. You
yeah.
versus you. Oh yeah, you versus you. Rare. You versus. I mean, it
Oh,
was
did you get traded? Well, we're going to play that team. Did you
exactly.
get oh yeah, because the
It
Cowboys said
was
she didn't even know about Parsons, but we got them I think week 4.
yeah.
I mean, and he said he can't wait. He said he can't wait. It's good. I know.
Let's move on to
Sorry.
Flyers and sleepers. Let's move
Yeah,
on to
yeah,
Flyers
okay,
and sleepers. Let's stick with week
let's do it.
two. Let's play week two.
Fair enough. Sleepers, Flyers,
For me,
DFS picks.
and you disagree with this vehemently, and I'll tell you why. And I'll explain this, but I think Daniel Jones is a flyer, only a flyer, not a must start, not a must sit, but a flyer. And I'll tell you why. Because I think versus this Denver defense, he's going to be running for his life.
Great point. It's a great point. A DFS sleeper, I think it's great. I
Absolutely.
for sure say
Because the
yes.
run yard, I wouldn't be surprised if he got 70 yards this week.
Yeah, me neither. That
Because
is
he
one
is
thing that
going to run for his life.
he's actually pretty good at it.
And he's
You
good at
know,
it. No, he is. When he gets running, he's got long legs, very springy. He can cover
it's
some
just
ground quickly.
he's not good at running in open fields to score touchdowns because he'll trip over nothing.
Yeah.
But other than that, like he is very good at running,
But
but just
running to the
not for a long
sideline,
time.
getting 10 yards,
Right.
getting 5 yards,
He's
that
great
he's
at that.
very good at. And I think he's going to have to do that all
Yeah.
dang day. So while it won't
Yeah.
be glamorous, and I certainly don't think it's going to equal a win, I do think it could add up to a cheap, decent
Love it.
DFS sleeper fantasy play.
Really good. Really good. This time what I did is I actually looked at DraftKings numbers, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I say Joe Flacco at Baltimore and Sam Darnold at Pittsburgh are my two sleeper flyer DFS plays, I'll say each one of them only cost $5,000.
Okay.
Like those are real value picks. They've got, you know what? The thing is, and I don't think we mentioned it yet, but man, the Browns always play the Ravens super hard.
Super hard. Just like they do in Cincinnati.
Always. It's uncanny. It's wild. It's divisional matchups, and some of them look like it's impossible. It doesn't make sense, but they really do. Remember, Derrick Henry had like one of his worst games last year versus the Browns.
Now that won't be this year because of the thing they went out there and said it wasn't hard to tackle him. No. I think he's going to run right over him.
He's going to be hurt. I mean, he's going to be posterizing quite a few people.
Yeah.
But I think those two, Joe Flacco and Sam Darnold, they're out there on the wire. They're certainly sleepers. They're definitely flyers, but they're really good DFS cheap picks. They
may be cheap, but cheap usually you get what you pay for, and I think that would be the case. I could see it on the one end, but not Sam Darnold.
I'm just saying
I would love to, but Sam Darnold right now is showing me that Kevin O'Connell was the secret to success, and outside of that,
Can we take a moment to say that I think that he really is the greatest coach in the NFL?
He might be. Now. His ability to coach guys up and give them, although what Harbaugh is doing over there with Herbert,
True.
I mean,
he's so great too.
So great.
But what Kevin has been doing with what he's had really is
absolutely. What he did with Darnold last year and what he's doing now in that fourth quarter to manage to get JJ to, I mean, yeah.
Crazy.
Good stuff.
Crazy.
Good stuff.
Running backs.
I also like Penix. Yeah. I like Penix at Minnesota. Now, the Minnesota defense looked really good last week versus Detroit. They looked pretty dang good, or versus Chicago, rather. But, but Penix put up 27.5 points versus the Bucks. So I like him versus Minnesota. I mean, the
only question here is London. Is he playing? Because if he's not, I mean, that really, boy, what
That's a
did he
good
have?
point.
15
That's a good
targets?
point.
He had 15 targets before he left the game.
Was that,
Like,
yeah,
I think that really, that is such a huge part of it. If
that's true.
he's
And they don't have
playing,
Darnell Mooney back yet, I don't think.
he's practicing, but I don't know if he'll play again. Like, so it's
That
going to
makes
be
the
hard.
So it does.
Ray Ray,
Let's
right?
put an asterisk on that and say that is
Yeah.
Drake dependent.
Okay.
I also like, as a sneaky play, Juju Smith-Schuster. As I said, I think it's going to be a very short game for
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, and Juju out of the slot is perfect for that. I think he's going to see somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 9 receptions for somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 70 yards, and hopefully one of them's a touchdown. But I think it'll be a very productive day for
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Especially, if we're talking DFS, and we are, and I don't know what his price is, but it's not
It
high.
can't be much. Yeah.
It's really low. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's lower than, I think it's under 5K. So, but by doing that, that's how you can build the top of your
Right,
roster.
Then you get that
It's really
top
good.
end talent and it fits. I've
And
started doing that a little bit more in
yeah,
terms of building from the bottom up, you
I
know?
start with I always start with quarterback, and then I'll take the stack, whichever stack I want there. Then I go to tight end, and then I go to defense.
Yeah.
And then I work my way, and I try to go, somebody small, and I work my way, and I leave the last thing open for the flex and take, so I can have an option of whatever. But yes,
Juju's
I think good.
4,000. He's 4,000.
4,000. I mean, that's real. That's like
For your
super,
wide
super
receiver
cheap.
3, who I think is going to have a nice productive day without Xavier Worthy in, with Hollywood Brown being as flaky as
Who
he
else? Who
is.
else is 4,000? Who else is in that range?
Ooh, let me see. Let me look. Let's scroll down to the it gets low down there. So there's
Because I bet you Cedric, because I have Cedric Tillman on mine. I know
okay,
that
so
he's
the
4,300.
names in 4,000 include like Brandon Cooks at New
Definitely not.
Orleans,
No.
Tyler Lockett at Tennessee.
Who? Where?
Lockett,
Is he
yeah,
still playing?
he is
I didn't realize that.
technically,
I mean,
technically.
I forgot. So yeah, you're not
Leggett, your boy Leggett is down there.
my boy
Um,
last year.
Marvin
Last year.
Mims is right around there. So all
We
these
saw Bo
guys,
Nix is a must sit.
there's
Yeah.
no one else that I think is gonna at that price point is gonna do you right, get you some production, throw up them points this week.
He
I like
feels
him.
mispriced. He feels mispriced at that range.
Yeah.
So that's a really good one. So we're doing wide receivers, right?
Yep.
I got two. I got actually three. Um, Cedric Tillman at Baltimore.
Like
Because
it.
remember, I want to get a bunch of pieces of this game because I think it's going to be a crazy good game that I don't think people think it will. I think the spread is 12.5 or something outrageous.
Ooh.
But right, so that's crazy. But anyway, so I've got Cedric Tillman at Baltimore 4,300. I got Kevontae Turpin because why not? Let's give him a shot. In Dallas versus the Giants, 3,600 for Kevontae Turpin. All it
Okay.
takes is one big bomb, and
Okay.
he can get those. He
Yeah.
can get those.
It
They're also
is.
putting him in jet sweeps and end arounds and stuff. Look, it's a cheap DFS flyer. You do that so that you can get Jamar Chase or whoever else you want on the top
Totally.
side.
Absolutely.
And then even scarier, our boy Isaac TesLaa,
TesLaa.
3,300.
Ooh.
I'm just saying
Well,
if
yeah, because there's just so much competition for the targets over there, but I get it.
yeah yeah why not? They're all sleepers, flyers, DFS plays. I love them. What about
Tight
running back?
ends, I like Jonnu Smith, who's coming on in Pittsburgh. He's taken a
It's a good
lot
one.
away from
It's a good one.
Fryermuth. He seems to be somebody Aaron Rodgers has a connection with. I like
Yep.
him a lot. And then
Yep.
Conklin, get your shares of this Chargers offense now.
I
Tyler
like this.
Conklin, he replaced.
How much is he? Oh my
Oh my God,
God.
he's got to be
But that's Monday
cheap.
night, though, right? That's Monday night, but still. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
he,
so you'll have to look on the Monday slate
yeah.
to
So
find him.
if you wind up in a head-to-head, oh yeah, he's not even in that
Yeah,
particular
he'll be on the
game.
Monday slate.
But I
Oh my
like him.
God.
I think he's a flyer. I like him a lot. I think his production is going to go up. I think steadily it'll go up. Certain games it'll be exciting.
My guess is that he is the cheapest tight end you can get that's starting. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Like that is talk about a sleeper. That is a true definition of a sleeper. I've got two. One we've been talking about already is Strange. He's 3,600.
Sure. Sure.
I think he's got a great matchup here.
Love my guy.
And
Love
then
my Brenton Strange.
he's pretty good. Who doesn't love Strange? and Boutte. I mean, we love them. We love these guys.
Strange Booty is the best.
I mean, I'm going to start. You know what? I'm going
It's
to
both
get
the
both of
best
them.
and the worst. You never know what you get.
Strange Boutte can be
Yeah.
bad.
It can be you know be like, ah,
Can be
yeah,
too bad.
yeah.
But I
The
might get both those
Matterhorn in
guys.
here.
Yeah, right. I'm going to get these guys and change my name to Strange Boutte, my team name. That just to do it because I think
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be hilarious.
right. So I also have. Look, this is a true flyer. He's 3,300, so you're not paying much. But this guy is awesome, and his quarterback is going to be under duress. And I'm talking about Chig Okonkwo
Okay, sure.
Over in Tennessee, I think he's going to have to dump it quick because Jared Verse is going to come up and scare him silly, and I think he's going to have to try. I think he's
Here's my problem with this. Here's my
will be him. What's that?
The chemistry ain't there yet. It's just
No,
not there.
I think it's going to be forced this
Maybe,
week.
but right now, no one knows how to. Those rockets that Cam Ward is firing off his shoulder.
Well, Chick is huge. Chick is
I
a
know,
man.
but so far, I need to see some production first out of that tandem before I bother to play it anywhere because I think you're sitting on top of a big fat goose egg.
It's a true definition of a sleeper and a flyer. True definition.
Flyer, I think by far flyer.
I'm saying it because my belief. The reason I picked it was because I said I think he's going to be running for his life and he's going to dump it down, middle of the field. He's going to keep finding the short outlet passes, and I think it's going to be Chig more than it's going to be Ridley or whoever. Is Nick Westbrook-Akine still over there? Is he still a thing?
Yeah, he's over in Miami.
Oh, he's in Miami. So who else? So I don't even know who the second guy in Tennessee. Like who's there? I don't know who else other than Ridley they've got.
I don't know either.
See what I mean? So I think I might take a flyer. Just look, 3,300. It's
if you use up all of your money, if you use up all your money on everybody else, and you're like, I just need somebody that'll give me something for 33. Yes, I could see putting in a Concord in that case.
Yeah, it's a flyer. That's what. Oh, we didn't do running backs.
I don't have any,
and I've got two. And they're both, I guess, considered backups. But look, we said that Arizona, the run game that we expect versus Carolina, that what's his face, Connor should have a great game. They've been working Trey Benson into this a little bit more than they had last year, and I think as a flyer, Trey Benson is a good flyer. He's $4,600 for a running back. It's pretty cheap. It's really cheap. And then Kenneth Gainwell had a lot of activity.
Yeah,
we don't believe in Warren, and they don't seem to believe in what's his face, Johnson. So
okay, I don't know that they don't believe in Johnson yet. I think it's just a matter of time when he works his way in there. But you're right. Right now, Johnson is the 3. So
Kenneth Gainwell is 4,400.
Yeah,
these are. I think those two running backs are. They're worth a shot if you spent up on everything.
Spend on all the top end talent. You need something. You're right.
I think
I find myself doing that a lot where I'm like, I just got to fill this with somebody for 3,300. Who do we got? Who's going to give me a point?
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Are you ready for your lock of the week, bro?
No, we got to do don't be surprised really quickly. I only have one.
Oh, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
I only have one. Don't be surprised if Chicago upsets Detroit. This is one of those, anytime the former coach comes back to the old team, he knows everything that's wrong with them, how to take advantage of them, how to hit everybody, everybody's weaknesses. They're all coached up to beat that team. Don't be surprised if Chicago upsets, especially the way Detroit looked last week, which was just straight ungood. I don't be surprised. I'm not calling it. I'm not locking it. I'm just saying don't be surprised. That's why I only don't be surprised.
I agree with you. I've got a few, but don't be surprised if the Jets beat the Bills. I know you will be, but don't. They play each other tough. They do. I think Justin Fields might be QB1. I think he will be QB1 this week. If that's true,
boy, this will be so. Now I'm so interested to see this game.
Don't be surprised. I know didn't this make it more fun? Anyway,
it did.
So don't be surprised if Indy beats Denver. We both don't believe in Bo Nix. And you know what? Maybe as a sleeper, you said take Daniel Jones. you know what? Don't be surprised if he does something good and it works. He runs for 70 whatever yards and he winds up getting a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and Tyrone Tracy takes off. Don't be surprised. And don't be surprised if the Browns make it close. I'm not saying win. I'm not saying win, but make it
And
a real
I,
game.
for one, will not be surprised because I know how tough they somehow, even though on paper it should be a rout, somehow the Browns always make it close. Somehow.
It
It's
is
mind-boggling.
it's like a
Like when your
Bermuda's
mind's all trapped
Triangle.
inside a bottle,
Yeah, exactly. Like the ship.
like the
You
ship.
know, how did it get there?
How to get that ship in there?
How did it get the bottleneck is so anyway, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Uh, you know what? Don't be surprised if Noah Gray has more targets than Travis Kelsey this week. I think they got to start working him in.
Well, you know what? That's a really good one because, and especially again, talking about the way they're going to have to dink and dunk and take 5 and take 7 and take 10. I think it's going to, I could see that very well being the case that he ends up out there 2 tight end
Mm-hmm.
sets and them trying to find something. So,
So that's where I'm coming from. Can't wait for us to discuss the Jets Bills next week. It's going to be so fun.
I can't wait.
One of
We'll
us,
be
one of
discussing
us
it
is
all the
probably
way
going
through
to
the
be,
game. We'll be
yeah, one of
texting
us,
the whole way.
yeah, we'll be,
And I'm sure it's probably what is it? Is it in the early slate
I
this
don't even
week?
know.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is because
Don't be
that's usually where
surprised.
the Jets wind up.
Right, but not the Bills. So, um,
Mhm.
are you ready for your lock?
I
Because
am.
last week you really need to look. You need to make up for what you did to the
I did.
people last
I
week.
do. And that's why I'm going back to Indy. I'm taking Denver -1 at the Colts. Lock it in. That's my lock of the week.
All
I'm
right.
not going to be afraid of them. I'm not afraid of these Colts. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, they embarrassed me. Maybe I
Oh,
was
Danny
wrong."
Dimes.
No, Miami embarrassed themselves. Okay? This Denver defense is the truth. And that will ultimately be the difference. I don't know that they're going to win by a lot, but they're going to win more than one, probably at least
-1.
3, -1.
So I looked and I had a few choices, but one of them I was like, this feels like it's a misprint. So I have to take it. It seems wrong. And I want you to double check this because I still don't believe this is real. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers +2.5 over Houston.
Oh, wow.
How is that a real line? That's what I saw. Maybe I was looking at it wrong, but I looked
You
a
are
couple
not
times.
wrong. They are
So that's
+2.5 at the
that's my
Texans.
lock.
And
My lock of
I'm throwing that one down right now.
yeah, that's
I'm not
my
going to
lock
wait
of the
on
week. Last
that.
last week I bet 100 on it on the game and I won. And I think I'm going to do it again on this one because this feels like stealing. I think somebody made a mistake here. I mean, dude, I've watched Houston and talk about ungood.
Well, they have
Where
no run game without Mixon.
got no run game. They
They
have
got no
no
run
run
game.
game.
They're working piecemeal over there.
And
So
they can't let CJ Stroud get comfortable enough to throw it deep to Nico, who's been completely ineffective as well. So I can't believe they're giving Tampa Bay 2.5 points. It just seems wrong. Doesn't that just seem
yeah,
like a
for even
mistake?
money, they're +100. So it's even money.
Unbelievable.
It's not even
I'm
like
stuck.
-110. It's plus
Isn't that
100 with a
isn't
plus
that
2.5. That is cuckoo nuts.
it seems wrong. It just
Yeah,
seems like a mistake. So I'm gonna bet it before they fix it.
do it. I
That's my
just put,
lock.
I
As
mean,
of
you know
today,
me,
that's my
I
lock.
don't put $100 on nothing.
$6.
I put a big $10,
Hey,
$10,
hey.
please.
All
If it's a
right. You're creeping
$20
up.
bet, I am feeling frisky.
Right.
But after
Yeah.
Miami burned me last week, I'm a little,
And you did
I'm a
a big
little,
30 on
I'm a,
that, right?
I put 30 on it.
Yeah. Oof. You're gonna make some money back on this one.
I think so.
This
I
is
feel
a
pretty good.
great lock. Tampa Bay +2.5. Still can't believe it. Still can't believe it.
Hmm. Lock it in. All right.
You
Good
know what?
episode.
Can I just tell you my other choices, what they were going to be?
Okay.
I'll
Yes.
tell you about that's my lock, but I have two other choices. The Rams -5.5
Okay.
and the Pats +2 over Miami. Miami.
Okay. I find that again only because of the player meeting. That's the only reason I'm giving Miami a prayer. They're at home. I just give them a chance. The other one you were talking about were the Rams versus the Titans minus 5.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Versus
yep,
the Titans in
yeah,
Tennessee.
yep.
Okay. I can see
That's what
that.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Pretty good deal.
So, all right. I like it. Good stuff. Great episode. We did it again. Week 2. I know it takes so long to get here that it goes so fast.
I
We
hate
must
it.
cherish it, cherish these weeks, these moments. Next week's going to be a little difficult for me. I will be on vacation in Maui. Well, not really on vacation. I'm doing 2 shows and teaching a
Hmm.
workshop, but I will be in
Oh,
Maui for the end of the week next week. So we'll see if I'm able to escape for a little while to put this together for week 3. I will be in town if we want to do the recap show on Monday. But other than that, we'll see about the week 3 preview show. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, I'll be boogie boarding in
but you could always reach
in
out to
Maui.
our socials with any questions, and I will be monitoring. And if you've got anything on your mind, hit us up.
Hit us
We're
up
here.
at
We'll answer. We love it. We'll answer
he's
you.
at the Nation 007. I'm at Greg Romero Wilson. The handles usually show up at the bottom of the screen because I put them there. And
Okay.
that's it, guys. That's it. Everyone have a great week 2. Here we go. Fantasy football.
Oh,
Harsh
three.
reality.